Hello guys, and welcome back to Civilization 5, currently taking the fight to all the other civilizations, playing as England. We've actually done surprisingly well here, because I think through the entire course of this game, we've pretty much only really used naval units. We have had a few sort of land units to just defend us from some beach landings. We did our initial combat against Edinburgh with land units, of course, because we didn't really have the ability to produce a navy then. But I think every single city, every single capital is on the coast. That's probably because on these Archipelago style maps, every single Civ starts with their settler actually on a coast, and the AI always plot down on the tile they start on anyway. They insta-pop their settler the moment the game starts. We've had a few little other skirmishes as well, just dealing with a couple of the people who have decided to settle near our lands or on our island. So we shall continue on. Now I've got a admiral here. I'm going to move him back into Edinburgh because this has been suggested to me a couple of times now that you can actually rebase them without having to travel. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. I'm not doubting anybody's word, but I haven't actually ever seen the option. But I'm going to have a look anyway and try that out because, you know, who knows, it may work. And we're going to continue to try and attack Ormus and take that back. Then we'll probably take out Turfen, and then we will go up and try and take out Karakorum, and then that will be the Mongolians dealt with for the time being. That's not to say, of course, that they're not going to try something a little bit sneaky. Oh, we've got ironclads coming out of Turfen now, so they're really trying hard to defend themselves. Got to be careful here, of course. So we'll wait for the Incans to take their turn. There's still every chance, of course, that the Incans and Sweden will declare on us. But we've started this war with the Mongolians, so we might as well see this one through and finish it off. Okay, so let's try this out. Let's take our Admiral and put him back in Edinburgh. He has a move mode, he has a do nothing mode. Is he actually in the city? No, he's not in the city, that's why. We'll try him on the next turn, see what happens. Unit has enough experience. You've got some XP. We will give you... We'll give you targeting against naval naval units, because it's always useful. You should be able to survive this turn. You're still out of the range of that Gatling gun, so we'll continue to just shoot with you for the time being. And a lot of these ships are the ones that have the greater range on them, which is really nice. So we'll just continue to bombard Ormus. What range do you have? You have a lot of movement, but I think we're just going to use you to just fire at their workers and annoy them. Probably should have saved him. We could have probably done with him to take out this ironclad. But we will attack this ironclad and get it out of the way. Should be able to finish it off with these two ships of the line. Not quite, unfortunately. We can finish it off with this privateer, though, which is what we will do. And we actually captured it as well, so we do have ourselves an extra ship there. Even when you capture it, even though it wasn't destroyed, we still get the golden XP for it, which is brilliant. It does mean, of course, we are within firing range of Turfen, but there's not a lot I can do with that. So Madrid has finished its castle. We took that over on the last video. I'm just wondering if it is worth trying to get any cargo ships up and running at this point. It probably isn't. What should we go for, if anything? Is it worth having anything? Let's go for another submarine. Why not? And we are... Oh, yes, of course, I forgot. This guy actually has logistics, which means he can either do a double attack or a double attack and a move as well. So we'll fire twice. We could still move if we wanted to, but we're not going to. We are going to just sit right there. You know, we do have a submarine up here. You can't do an awful lot. You're guarding Berlin more than anything, but we are going to have a look round and pillage your cargo ship. We've found some pirates. We'll be dealing with those very shortly as well. Can't do them on this turn. So, what else have we got? You guys are just sitting outside of Karakorum because you can't actually hit it from there, I don't think. No, so just sit tight and wait for something to happen. Let's go on to the next turn. So he wants to make peace, he wants to give us Ormus. I am not interested because we'll only have to declare war with him again. He's deciding to tap the Ironclad, which is fine by me because it was his boat to begin with, so it's not really like I'd be losing anything. Now I don't want to end up losing this guy. He's in a bit of a state here now. He's taken a fair few hits, so we'll pull him back and bring this guy further forward. And see one of the city-states here, the Vilnius, their caravel is taking on the pirates. We should be able to help out with that a little bit. What's that? King Solomon's Mines. We've actually found one of the wonders there. And that looks like the... Nope, pirates didn't get the upper hand either. Okay, so first things first. You're not going to do anything. Who's got a promotion? You've got a promotion. You are going to have better targeting against land units. You are going to get to... In fact, we're going to put you here because then you're in friendly territory. You're out of the range of the city and you can still bombard on those workers. You are going to continue to fire at Ormus because you have double attacks. So there's your double attack. You are going to fire as well. And that should be enough for our Ironclad to take it. Indeed it is. Liberate. And we have another very, very friendly and grateful city-state. You don't have the range bonus, but we are going to move you forward anyway. What happened to all of their workers? They seem to get shoved out. I'm going to retreat my privateer a little, because I don't want to lose the privateer. Going to continue to attack with these guys, because they do have the range advantage. Going to lose this guy anyway, but what I'm going to do is keep him here, and hopefully he will become a bit of bait for them, and they'll attack him instead of my other ships. Do I attack with you? It's probably worth it. I can afford to take one shot at least. And then we'll be moving these guys up from Ormus to help out on the next turn. Privateer, you can just sit there for now. You're a little bit damaged, but you should be okay. Of course, this guy can also move as well because of his logistics. So if we put you up here, you are out of the range of Turfan, and you can attack on the next turn. It's all good stuff. You're just guarding Berlin, which I think you should continue to do. In fact, slight change of plan. You're going to come down here and just attack their workers because you can. Not currently allied with Zurich. They're actually allied with Austria. And we need 55. Yeah, we'd have to spend a lot of money to get them on our side, but we're certainly going to try and do it. I don't like them being too friendly with Austria right now. And we have this submarine, which is going to attack that privateer. Should take it out, actually. Very, very powerful submarine. That's one less pirate to deal with. Some free money, free culture. Bit of XP for the submarine. All good stuff. And, of course, you just sit there because you can't do anything. And you're nicely healed up, so you can come up here as well. Now, you don't have the range bonus, but we'll move you within range as well, so we can have another shot. Now, the AI does tend to prefer the melee targets. Of course, he does have a cannon there as well, so he'll actually be able to destroy this Ironclad with his city or with his cannon. So one of these will take a hit, but it's just one of those things that you have to live with. So we're doing a little bit of exploration with this submarine, just so we can keep an eye on what's happening. We're actually going to skirt around into Incan territory if we can, just to see if they're actually putting together some sort of navy that we might need to be concerned about. Yes, we can actually move to a new port. Brilliant. Well, at least now I know that. I'll be able to do it again in future. Of course, it didn't really save me any time because I moved him out and then had to move him back and tried all that. But now I know I can do it. I'll probably remember to do it in future. So, there we go. You're healing up. So, let's go on to the next turn. So, yeah, the ironclad gets sunk, which we fully expected to happen, and the cannon is going to have a pot shot at one of our ships of the line, which is fine. Could probably take another round of shots, though we prefer it not to, but we'll see what happens. We've got a lot of boots. We've got a lot of boats that we could suddenly move very close to Turfan and take a big chunk out of it. So we might try and do that. We might even be able to get it on this next turn. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. We've got another ironclad here, of course, which I'm going to bring out, but I think I'm just going to leave it sitting around on some defensive duties. So, you can probably afford to take another hit or two, so we're going to allow you to, and we are basically going to just fire at Turfan with every boat we've got that is in range and can fire at it. Now, are you the one with... Yeah, you're the one with logistics, so you get 2 shots. It's got a lot of defense, Turfan. It's actually surviving this bombard quite well. We do have another ship we can move up. We will have to kind of put you in the danger zone in order to be able to hit it. But the more targets we present it with, the less likely he is to be able to do me an awful lot of damage here. Do I have another ship that I could move in with right now? You have the range bonus. Let's get you as close as we can. Now, you can't hit him from there, can you? No, you're 1 tile short. If we move you there, you're then out of moves. Nope, you won't make it, so we'll have to leave that for that turn and take it on the next. You can move, but you don't need to. And we've got this submarine. You're going to have a sneaky peek around the top. See what they've got up here. They've got a privateer. They don't appear to have much in the way of a navy. You're just going to heal up for a turn or two, as are you. And you guys are just going to sit there and just stop anything that might decide it's going to come out of their port. We are also, if we can, or was it on this turn? Yes, we can move you. So let's start moving our admiral up towards the front line. He'll probably get captured. It's probably going to be some random boat that just comes out of the sidelines and takes me out. It's usually what happens. So one of our boats takes another round of fire from Turfan, which I fully expected to happen. So that's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move this boat to safety. Silver for gold and embassy. Not bothered about embassy, but will you give me... Yeah, will you give me 5 gold? Yes, you will. Fine. Brilliant. Okay. Would have probably given me more, but... It's really, really difficult to click in those boxes when the cursor insists on being a spinning globe. So we just go for the easy option. And the barbarian's going to go, and nothing else really happens. Production at Graz. They've now finished the stock exchange. Let us go. We've got plenty of happiness, actually. There's not an awful lot else we need to go for. Let's go for a public school. Try and get some more science going in. We've also finished production of the ironworks in Edinburgh, which is quite nice. Let us go for the... not sure we need the production. Let us go for the hotels. Try and keep up on culture. Now let us take Turfan out. Let's not fire with the damaged boats. Let us just fire with all the boats that aren't damaged. You get a double shot. And Turfan is now down to nothing. So if we take Turfan out with you... and we are going to puppet. This also means we can move you into friendly territory and heal up. And you can heal up. And they do have a few sort of units around that we do need to deal with, of course. So let us consider doing that. Anyone that still has a turn to fire will just wipe these guys out. Free XP and money as always. You can't fire. So let's get you moving around to deal with Karakorum on the next turn. You can fire, but you're going to have to come around here to do so. Just trying to weaken these guys or take them out so they can't just run back into turf and retake it. That shouldn't be a problem because they don't have a lot of health, but it's always worth keeping our eye on that. You're going to do the same thing as well. We do have a lot of units up here around Karakoram, of course, so we do have to be mindful of those. Right, they don't have an awful lot left. Let's continue having a bit of a sneaky peek with this submarine. Can't go through their territory, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't have open borders. So we have to go around, which is fine. We are a submarine. We have the advantage of being able to sneak around under the ice, which is one of the really nice advantages of subs. We do have an ironclad, which is going to come up here and get involved in the party soon. And you're just going to wait. And you're just going to wait. And we're on to the next turn. It's not looking good for the Mongolians right now. And if you look at the map, it's difficult to tell the difference in colour between Mongolia and England, because the colour schemes are very, very similar. But quite a lot of the map now is turning sort of England burgundy. Got a unit that still needs orders. Is this submarine? We've also got a Mongolian caravel here. Now, we can't enter this tile, of course, because it belongs to the Incans, but I can certainly fire from outside. Sink another Mongolian ship. Give me some more XP. Give me some more gold. Thank you very much. And our Great Admiral is now safely with the fleet. I'm going to actually put it under one of the boats to make it safe. And to skip the turn and do nothing. Okay, so all of a sudden, they have decided that they are going to attack Turfan, which we fully expected. But I should have enough firepower here from my ships to be able to take them out. They do have Beshbalik up there, of course, which is no real point me doing anything with. We did try attacking it from the other side, but it's kind of pointless. So we'll let the city-states have their turn. We've managed to build Machu Picchu, which is nice. We have a promotion to this privateer, so let's give it Coastal Raider 2, actually. And then we are going to take all of our units that can and start firing at the enemy units. Now, we're not going to be able to fire with the city because the city is still in resistance. That's one of their units wiped out. Let's move you over here. And you can have a fire at their gats. Now, the only units we've got left are these ones, which I'm going to have to bring back. I did want to go straight for Beshbalik, to be honest, but at the same time, a lot of these units are going to be a real problem to us if we don't do something to wipe them out nice and early. And, of course, it just means that these ships are more likely to be upgraded by the time we take them around to Karakoram, so that's fine. Didn't really want to have to attack with the damaged ships. I wanted them to be able to rest up and get all their health back, but at the same time, we don't want to lose Turfan either. So we're going to move everybody up who can attack. I should have actually fired at that unit and taken it out, but it severely weakened a lot of their stuff. Nottingham has now finished Machu Picchu, so what are we going to do here? Very little culture output here, so it's pointless really building a hotel. Science is quite good. Gold's not too bad. I guess we could go for a bank, so let us do that. And then over in Berlin, we've now finished the hotel. So we could go for... What have we got? Science is pretty good here. Have we got anything else we could build to help science? Not immensely. So let us go for the stock exchange, because the gold's not too bad either. And you are going to just continue to heal up, because you're guarding. You have had your double shots, you can't do anything. Ah, you have another ship of the line up here. Of course we do. What is your range? You have the range bonus. So if we move you up here, we'll move the Admiral with you, just so that the Admiral's a little bit protected. And we'll use you to fire at these guys. Okay, this is making it more difficult for them to actually successfully land. Got a lot of movement on these ironclads. More than enough movement to go over here, pillage a ship, and then get out. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And then you guys are just continuing to sit there and make sure nothing really happens. Right, you're going to come up here. Oh, here we go. So we can see that the Incans do have a little bit of a navy. Still not an awful lot of a match for submarines, though, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And we're going to get you to do nothing. Of course, we could pop our Great Admiral and just heal everybody, but there doesn't seem a lot of point in doing that. Let's keep this worker inside the city for now, because I don't want to risk going out here and getting killed by this Gatling gun, which is exactly what would happen if I went out on this turn. But what we'll be able to do then is, once we've cleared up these units, we'll be able to get him out and repair this farm. Not that it makes a lot of difference, of course. We're not really too worried about growth and things like that. I've got another unit that wants orders, of course. It's this one. So, yeah, the Incans have a few units spread around, but not anything that I'm terribly concerned with at the moment. That, of course, is going to be units moving in. Should be able to deal with these quite nicely. 7 turns away from flight. We don't have an amazing amount of science coming in right now, which is a bit of a shame. So Hong Kong's actually flipped over to liking me now. They've gone to war with Genghis Khan. Let's see what else we've got going on here. London has finished its stadium. Can I actually build any wonders? No, not really at the moment. I've got this great engineer here who's just sitting waiting for something that I need to rush build, but at the moment there's absolutely no point in doing that. Let's go for a writer's guild, because we might get a great writer and we can pop it for a political treaty quite early on. And we're going to use everybody else that we can to attack all of these units that are trying to take Turfan back. So I certainly think we've got enough ships to the line now. We're doing quite well there. Right, are you taken out yet? No, so we'll have one final volley with you. That'll be you gone. Now, can any of you ships reach those guys up on the hill? You can. So you're going to fire at them. Not too worried about the Gatling gun for the time being, because the Gatling gun's technically a ranged unit, which means it can't capture Turfan even if its health does get low enough. So I'm going to concentrate on the riflemen, which are, even though they have guns, they're actually a melee unit. You can't reach them, so you might as well attack the Gatling gun. Now, you can reach them, but you'd be firing over hills to get them, so you shouldn't be able to see them from there, so you're going to fire at the Gatling gun and take it out. So there we go, no problem there. We are going to move you forwards and get you to just fire at these workers, because they can't really go anywhere, and gives you something to do, and it will get you a bit of additional XP. You have another move, so we are going to start moving you around to this side now. Don't think we're going to need you on the next turn. Submarine, let's just keep scouting around with you and see what we can see. Few more boats. We've got a few galleass around, but again, not too bothered about that. There's Frankfurt. And our Great Admiral, of course, you're just going to sit and do nothing for the rest of this turn. And the worker's going to do nothing, because if he walks out of there, he's going to get ripped to pieces. They have a great general there as well, which should be quite nice and easy to take out. Moving cannons into Karakoram. Be our turn again in a second, just as soon as the city-states finish doing all their things. So, okay. First things first. Ships that are damaged are just going to move out of the way and heal up. Ships that can fire are going to fire. Don't really have any way of taking their great general, unfortunately. It's not like I have a unit that I can just pop out and try and attack with, but I certainly can fire at him with my units. So that's definitely what I'm going to do. Now, I said I did want these ships to heal, but while we've got the opportunity to take the general out, we're going to do it. So there's their general gone. You are going to continue to fire at these guys. And you have done immensely. Now, you've got the range to actually start firing at Karakorum on this turn. Now, they have defense of 60, so they're a little bit stronger than Turfan was, but we can certainly start attacking right there. Barcelona has finished a university. Let's go for a public school and continue trying to output some science there. We have got another ship of the line here that we could use. This one actually has the targeting range as well. We should certainly bring this ship out of I don't think Barcelona is in any immediate danger, to be honest. So let's bring you forward. It's only going to take you 3 turns to get there because you move with amazing speed. You're the ship that I've just fired with, but you can't fire again. Not going to go to war with the Incans right yet, so we're just going to continually put these submarines on alert. You're going to stay on alert as well. And we have this ship of the line, which has now been repaired. Not an upgraded ship of the line, sadly. I think what we're going to do with you is start moving you over here so that you can potentially be more useful against the Incans later on. You can't do anything. And, of course, the Admiral can't do an awful lot. Now, that worker should be safe. I say should. I can't see anything else around that they might have. I'm not bothered about the growth. Let's build a trading post. It'd be nice to have the gold. So we'll do that. And I think I'm probably going to call it a video there. Didn't get Karakorum, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping I'd get that done on this video, but it's not going terribly badly. We are only a single turn away from our next social policy, which is quite nice. We'll probably take something else in exploration. Could get ourselves another Great Admiral. +2 movement for all Great Admirals, and they're around 50% faster. Not terribly useful. 4 gold from all of our sea trade routes. Again, not terribly useful because we don't have any sea trade routes at the moment. So we'll probably just pick up another tenant in our social, in our ideology. And we can pick up a level 2 tenant, which could be quite useful. We'll see what happens on the next turn. And we'll definitely be finishing off with Mongolia. And then we either have to turn our attention to Sweden, which very much looks like they only have 2 cities. They've got Helsinki down here just south of Nottingham. But I may let them keep it. I may wipe it out because it's quite small, close by and quite easy. So their main city of Stockholm doesn't look like it's terribly defended. If we get that, we'll also get the Colossus, of course. We do have a spy in there, actually. If we look at our... Where are we? Stockholm view. So what do they have in there? They have Chichen Itza. They have the Colossus. They have the Great Library. That would really help out our science. They have the National Epic, the Sistine Chapel, the Uffizi. They also have quite a lot of great works as well, so we'll capture all of those. So it may well be worth taking out Sweden next because they're probably going to be the easiest to deal with. And then it is going to be the big yellow and green blob that is Incans with their rather sizable and growing navy. But there shouldn't be any match for us, so we will see to that within the next video or two. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying the series. It's still a really fun game to play, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.